Hey everyone, what's up? Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're at today. I'm just chilling right now on the couch, just sitting and doing nothing. I love moments of doing nothing where I'm just not even in any type of deep thought, nothing. I'm just sitting here. Sometimes we have to make ourselves just sit and turn our brains off and just sit like a freaking vegetable, because we're in such a go, go, go type of world where everything's nonstop and shit, and it's like we don't take time to just sit our asses down and chill, And so, anyways, I'm glad we made it. I'm glad it's Friday. I'm glad it's the weekend. I'm looking forward to it, having some adult time. I don't do the weekend working thing, and I know that sounds, kind of crazy. If I really need the money, then yes, I'll do it. If there's mandatory overtime, yes, I'll do it. But I had just made a promise to myself when we lost our son back in 2014. I said, I am not going to sacrifice my weekend of spending time with my family for work. I'm not, because you know what? Work is going to be there. If something happens to you on your job, you pass away, you're going to get replaced like real quick. You die Friday, you're replaced on Monday. That's just how the cookie crumbles. So it's like, spend your time wisely in your life. And I'm not a guru of any sort, but from experience, that's just my practice. That doesn't mean it has to be your practice, though, but it's mine. That I just don't. That I believe that's family time. That's time to spend with, your loved ones, your homies, your family, acquaintances, or what have you, or having some me time. It's very important because, I learned from my grandfather as well. He was the master of taking naps constantly, and he looked really good for his age when he passed away. And I value that because he would always stress the fact on how important it is to get rest. Not only that, but take little naps. Now with me, I don't know how to take a nap. I hibernate. I could sleep all day long if you let me, but I've always been like that. I'm just a heavy sleeper, and I can go to sleep real fast. I think some people probably be hating on me because I go to sleep that fast. Unless I have a lot of stuff on my mind, then I will fall asleep fast, So anyhow, I have a topic today that came to me this morning. These topics have been kind of, swirling around in my head. But this one is kind of like the elephant in the room. Nobody really talks about it, but we're all guilty of it at one time or another. I think we've probably done it in our lives, including myself. But I have learned as I've gotten older, I don't really have patience for it anymore. And so I will distance myself or kind of tune it out, or I will change the flow of the conversation. So what I'm talking about is two things. And so I'm going to read this to you. It's kind of like a poem, but it's also kind of like a thought, my thoughts for the day or whatever. But you guys will get where I'm going with it. And I think we need to, really be more receptive to it. And we need to treat one another better than we have been. We can talk about, what they're doing over here and there and over that way and this way in the world, but it's like, what are we doing here in our, what are we doing in our own personal lives to help one another, succeed, or, to esteem a person or esteem one another. We got to do better. We've got to do much better than we have been. We think we're doing just perfect, but we got a lot of work to do. Each individual, we play a part, in the world of certain areas, So we all specifically, have something to attribute in a positive way to the world or to our, even our place that we live in, our city, our state, So we're all vessels just walking around trying to find our way. On the daily. Nobody, everybody's searching something, even if we're quietly doing it, we're searching, searching ourselves, trying to be a better version of ourselves. So anyways, let me go ahead and read this to you guys and, give me some feedback, whatever you want to do, but let me know what you think. I don't even have a title for this, but, it just came to me. So here we go, y'all. You guys have a good weekend. You know what 2 things are wise not to do to one another in this life? Number 1, gossip. Number 2, judge. You know why? Because neither one of these 2 are conducive in helping to uplift him, her, or them. The only reaction or response that breeds from the 2 are negativity, confusion, and corruption of one's character. Don't entertain, choose to refrain, and restrain your tongue, especially if you think or feel as if there may be a slight possibility that your words spoken will be coated with poison and breed about pain to one another.